What's up, YouTube? It's your boy. I'm everyone's boy, VTK Moss. Today, I will be talking about the supernatural powers of Kane and The Undertaker. Two men who are in the WWE, the World Wrestling Entertainment business, and I will be trying to figure out where did these two guys get their powers from? How did they get it? When did they get it? So let's start right now with The Undertaker. The Undertaker is the older brother of Kane. His mom was a secretary. His dad was a mortician. The Undertaker is from Death Valley. And basically the story with how The Undertaker got his power, supposedly, is he set the family house on fire. He was playing with matches and other things while the parents was away, and Kane was a little child and he was there. And so when he was playing with these matches, the house was on fire and then it came down. And then The Undertaker, he died. And some people like to say he died at some point, and he became undead. So the man was gone. I don't know if he was in hell. I don't know if he was in heaven. So it was one of those things where maybe he got his powers from hell, these type of witchcraft type of magic, or maybe some type of he got it from heaven. But the powers that the Undertaker have today in the World Wrestling Entertainment business, he has divine powers. He has electricity. He can control electricity. He can turn the lights on. He can turn them off. He has lightning strikes. We've seen multiple accounts of lightning strikes in Survivor the Royal Rumble 2006 with Kurt Angle. We have the lights shut out multiple times. He has teleportation. He can be one place at one time, and then next he's in the staircase. The Undertaker powers are so interesting. It's because it's like nobody else in wrestling have these powers except Kane and The Undertaker. So it's some type of did he do some type of witchcraft? Did he? I don't know. It's always interesting about The Undertaker and his powers, because we've seen this man for over 30 years use these powers in matches and other things, and I've rarely seen any other person use these type of supernatural powers. But hopefully Kane will be able to explain more, because Kane, he got his powers, and he got his powers supposedly the same night The Undertaker got his, when The Undertaker lit the house on fire. And supposedly his face was, no, this is true, it's not supposedly. Kane's face was messed up and burned and everything. That's why in the beginning when he came to WWE, he had the mask on, so you could not see him. Right? And then Kane and The Undertaker, they were separated for a long time. Undertaker thought Kane was dead. So it's kind of weird how all of these years later that Kane and The Undertaker have become a little bit closer, right? As the brothers of destruction. Kane's superpowers are he throws fireballs. We've seen multiple times when he's thrown fireballs. He's thrown fireballs at China. He's thrown fireballs at X-Pac. He can have fire come out the poles, the ring poles on the edges of the ring. We've seen multiple times where he just lifts his hands up and he throws his hands down and the fire comes out of the ring poles. That's very interesting. And then he has torture methodology, meaning he tortures his opponents. Sometimes he uses the fire to torture his opponents. So it's because with Kane, his torture is different from torturing as the other wrestlers do. He has inhuman survivability, meaning it's hard to take this man down. It's hard to get through 1, 2, 3. It's hard to keep this man down for over 3 seconds on that ring. He gets right back up and he goes right for the attack. It's like he's not hurt. Kane, and he moves robotically. This man has some type of mental strength, some type of Hulk, the Green Hulk type strength, and that's something I've never seen before. And then it's one of those things where I believe Kane got his powers through the fire, Maybe it was some type of potion or some type of magic, some type of witchcraft that the Undertaker was doing that night, supposedly. And then when he did it, he somehow Kane was there. The place came down. Undertaker thought Kane was dead, and maybe as a kid and growing up, Kane had these powers because he was playing with matches and stuff with the Undertaker. So maybe when the house burnt down, he burnt his face in some type. Maybe he inhaled some of that fire through his nose. That's why all his face was messed up at a time. But Kane and the Undertaker, the brother of destructions, they use these supernatural powers on their opponents, right? So I've always wondered why there was never a disqualification. But that's the world of wrestling entertainment. But maybe we will never know truly where the Undertaker and Kane got their powers. But their powers are a testimony to anybody in this world who's been through something as gruesome as those two men. So until then, I'm your boy, I'm everyone's boy, TK Moss, and I am out.